Listen up. You've been taught to believe that power is in the mouth, that you need to speak, argue, shout, or demand attention to be respected. But let me tell you something straight. Real power doesn't speak. It radiates. It doesn't beg. It doesn't convince. It simply exists, and the world bows to it. Right now, you're invisible. You walk into a room and no one stops. No one notices. And if they do, it's because you've made yourself small, approachable, non-threatening. And that's why no one fears you. That's why no one respects you. But I'm going to teach you how to change that. I'm going to teach you how to become the kind of man who doesn't need to open his mouth to command respect. The kind of man whose mere presence shifts the energy in the room. The kind of man who can walk into a space and own it without saying a damn word. But before we go any further, you need to check the links in the description. Don't ask questions. Don't hesitate. Just do it. Because if you want to elevate yourself, if you want to stop being an invisible man in your own life, that's the first step. Now let's get into it. The truth about power. It's not what you think. What makes people fear a man? What makes someone command respect without speaking? It's not money. It's not muscles. It's not some gimmick or cheap trick. It's presence. And presence is built through a combination of 4 things: mindset, discipline, energy, and body language. The world is full of loud, weak men. They overcompensate with shoutings, bragging, or trying to prove something. But the strongest men in history, warriors, leaders, conquerors, they spoke less and did more. They didn't ask for respect. They took it. Take a moment to think about this. When a lion walks into a room full of sheep, does he need to roar? His presence alone makes them uneasy. They feel the difference in power. The same applies to you. Number 1. The unshakable mindset. Weak men overthink. They second-guess themselves. They seek permission. Strong men decide. You walk into a room like you belong there. You hold yourself like a king. Because you are. You don't fidget. You don't look around for approval. You own every step you take. This is how you become unforgettable. Start with your internal dialogue. Stop being unsure. Stop questioning. Stop being apologetic for existing. You do not need permission to own space. You do not need validation to exist in your full strength. Most men are weak because they have been conditioned to be uncertain, to hesitate, to defer. That ends today. From this moment forward, you do not apologize for taking up space. You do not look for acceptance. You accept yourself. Number 2, the discipline of silence. Silence is the weapon of the powerful. Think about the men who command respect. Do they talk too much? They say what needs to be said, and then they stop. Because the more you talk, the more you reveal. The more you reveal, the weaker you appear. A man who controls his words controls his world. Say less, observe more. Most men talk too much because they are nervous. They feel the need to fill silence. But silence makes people uneasy. Use that. Use it to make people respect you before you even open your mouth. Next time you are in a room, do this. Don't speak unless necessary. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Hold eye contact longer than them. Most people look away first. Don't be most people. Slow down your movements. Weak men are fidgety and restless. A king moves deliberately. When you master the art of controlled silence, people will start feeling your power before you even introduce yourself. Number 3, the energy shift. Your presence is an energy field. People feel it before they hear you. And right now, your energy is weak. It's scattered. It's apologetic. That's why no one takes you seriously. If you want people to fear your presence, your energy needs to be focused, dominant, and unwavering. The key? Stop reacting. Weak men react to everything. Their energy is all over the place. They get distracted. They get emotional. They let the outside world dictate how they feel. Strong men. They control the room's energy. Want to know how? Own your emotions. Stop getting flustered. Stop letting people get a reaction out of you. A man who is unshaken is terrifying to weak people. Lower your voice. When you do speak, speak slowly and with control. Never raise your voice. A man who is truly powerful doesn't need to be loud. Take up space, not just physically, but energetically. When you walk in, stand tall, shoulders back, move with intention. Do not shrink yourself. People should feel something when you walk in. If they don't, you're doing it wrong. Number 4, the body language of kings. Body language speaks louder than words, and most men don't even realize their own bodies betray their weakness. Here's what weak body language looks like. Slouched shoulders, hands in pockets, looking down when speaking, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact. Here's what strong body language looks like. Shoulders back, spine straight. Slow, deliberate movements, steady, unbreaking eye contact. Hands visible, no nervous tics. A presence that demands attention without effort. When you embody this, people don't just see it, they feel it. Your new identity starts now. You've been invisible for too long, and it's your fault. You've played small, you've made yourself easy to ignore. But that ends today. Starting now, you walk different, you talk different, you exist different. From this moment forward, you are the man who does not beg for respect. You take it. You are the man who does not explain himself. He is himself. And remember, check the links in the description. That's your next step. Now go out there and become the man they fear.